So let us talk regarding the advantages of OTEC system. So the first and the foremost advantage that we see that the power developed is continuous. Okay, so there is a continuous power generation, not as that in case of wind energy or as in the case of solar energy. There is very small variation in power output. There are signal variations. Ocean is infinite. Okay, and the solar radiation is almost incident throughout the year, so we can get the energy throughout the year. It is clean. There is no pollution, there are no greenhouse gases, renewable and sustainable energy source. As it is a clean and renewable energy source, we conserve our fossil fuels. We can also produce desalinated water which has a certain commercial value, and there is no transportation involved since your plant is located near the shore itself, or even it is a offshore project where it is inside the ocean itself. Okay, added to this there are few more advantages like the cold water which is brought from deep inside the water can be even used for cooling the space, or even in case of some horticulture processes where a cold water is very useful in order to increase the productivity of certain vegetables, and even certain fishes can hybrid into those can breed into those particular water which is at the lower temperature. Fine. So let us move on to the disadvantages now. As you know, for all the renewable energy sources the initial cost has to be high. Okay, the efficiency of this particular system is very low. It is around 2.5%. That is why we do not see much more commercialization of this particular process, because the working efficiency is very low. What is the working efficiency of your normal coal powered thermal power plant? It is around 36-37%, around 40% max. Okay, but compared to this is only around 2.5%. And the large size setup, due to lower efficiency, the bulk is quite big, the cost is high, and even the maintenance cost is high because we use a corrosive water, that is a seawater, and your plant's life is comparatively very less. Now, regarding prospect to India, what is its prospect in for India? So, what I can tell is our India has a very large coastal area, and that particular thing is our added advantage. Next, we have a good around 300 days of sunlight throughout the year. Apart from that, in your your uh, rainy season, we have a good solar radiation throughout the year. We are located between 0 degrees to 23 degree 5. Our coastal area is generally located in this particular section, so the solar radiation is quite high. So a lot of energy is absorbed by the ocean nearer to our coastal line, and that can be used to generate power, which is a good consideration, but the only disadvantage again is the low efficiency and the capital cost remains high. That is why no commercial plant is yet developed in our country. Okay, so now I will just quickly go through the numericals. As I have earlier said, the numericals are around 5 marks for this particular topic that can be asked in your end semester exam. So the numerical, before going on to the exact numerical part, let us recap few formulas which you have in your thermodynamics. What is the Carnot efficiency? It is nothing but the 1 minus your Tc upon Th, where Tc is your lower temperature and Th is your higher temperature. Okay, this is nothing but your Carnot efficiency. What is the actual efficiency? Actual efficiency is equal to work done upon heat supplied. What is the work done? Work done is nothing but the power. You can say work done per unit time is power, and heat supplied plus unit time. Okay, so you all must have been aware about this particular formula, work done upon heat supplied. Okay, so this is also familiar to you people. Why I am writing this? Work done per unit time is what? Power, and whenever there is a differentiation with respect to time, we generally put a dot at the top of it. Correct, so that is work done per unit time, that is power, and heat supplied plus unit time, so it will be, if this is your heat flow. So if this has a unit of kilojoule, if this is in say kilojoule, this is what your heat supplied, that is in kilojoules per second. Fine with this. like in case of your mass flow rate. Fine, that is the heat flow or a heat flow rate. Now your q dot can be written as m dot cp th minus, this is nothing but q is equal to mcp delta t, but it is written in terms of differentiated in with time. Fine. So your mass m dot is nothing in, it is in kg per second. Your cp in SI unit is joules per kg Kelvin. Generally student tend to write kilojoules per kg Kelvin over here itself, and then they end up with a mistake in the numerical. Your TH and TCs are the temperature in Kelvin. Fine. And your density, what is your density? Density is nothing but mass upon volume. That is the thing which all these formulas, which are the general thermodynamics formula that we are going to see in the numerical. Now the process to solve this numerical is, initially we will be given with two different temperatures, so we will be finding Carnot efficiency, because using Carnot efficiency we can find two temperatures. Now what exactly is Carnot efficiency? Carnot efficiency is the efficiency, the maximum possible efficiency is nothing but your Carnot efficiency. That is the theoretical efficiency. All other systems has a efficiency lower than that in case of Carnot efficiency. So your actual efficiency generally is some factor into Carnot efficiency, but if that particular factor is not given, certain factor is not given, we can take Carnot efficiency as actual efficiency, because the temperature difference is very low over here. Okay, if that factor is given, saying that my plant efficiency is 20% of that Carnot efficiency, then I have to multiply 0.2 over here. Always keep this particular thing in mind. But if anything is not given, I can take Carnot efficiency equal to actual efficiency. Then I will be using actual efficiency equation, and then I will be getting what is required. Actual efficiency equation, you all are aware, that is W by Q, and your Q is equal to mcp delta T. Okay, and I will be getting the answers. Now let's see your first numerical. Your first numerical goes as, find the quantity of water to be pumped by the plant. Okay, just go through the numerical. Fine, I will tell you what are the things which are given over here. The first and the foremost thing, everyone just go through the numerical ones. Pumped, okay, the temperatures are given, density is given, your CP is given. Okay, fine. So yeah, so the surface temperature which is given to me is 27 degree Celsius. The cold water temperature 8 degrees Celsius. Always convert them into Kelvin at the initial state. Then what else is given? Okay, so it has to drive a 1 megawatt power plant. Fine. So 1 megawatt power plant can be written as 1000 kilowatt. Correct. CP is 4200 joules per kg Kelvin. It is given in your question. Now, as I said, my first step is always find out Carnot efficiency. Carnot efficiency 1 minus T2 upon T1 or Tc upon Th, that we have seen over here. Okay, over here the formula Tc upon Th, or even it is written as T2 upon T1, both the things are same. This is your cold water temperature, this is your hot water temperature. So if I will be getting 0.0633. Now this, what I have said in your second step, equate Carnot efficiency with actual efficiency if a fraction is not given. So that is what we have done. We equated Carnot efficiency with the actual efficiency. This is your Carnot efficiency, this is your actual efficiency. I am equating it, and I am getting, what is your WS over here? WS is nothing but your work. Okay, how much power it has to be generated, that is WS. Okay, W dot, W is nothing but work, W dot is power, because it is differentiating work with respect to time. So that is your power, and I will be getting Q dot, it is your heat flow rate, that is your heat flow. Okay, so Q dot is nothing but mcp delta T, that is Q dot is nothing but your mass flow rate into Cp into your delta T. Delta T, as you are aware, delta T is nothing but difference of these two values, particularly that is around what, say 19. Okay, that is your this particular term. Then your Cp is given as 4200. Okay, now here is a general mistake which is done. What is your Q dot? Q dot is in kilowatts. So Cp has to be in kilowatts in that particular case. If you are taking CP as 4200, this has to be 15790 into 10 raised to 3. If you are taking 4200, or you can even take 4.2 and you can find out the answer. So you will be getting a mass flow rate which will be around 197 something. Okay, that is in kg per second. Now your density is mass divided by volume. That is what I have done over here. So if it is in terms of mass flow rate, it will be in terms of volume flow rate. Okay, so volume flow rate will be density, what I'm supposed to find out is your volume flow rate. So if I just divide this particular term by density, I will be getting a volume flow rate that will be in meter cube per second. If I multiply it with 3600, I will be getting in meter cube per hour, and this will be my answer. Fine. So very simple numerical. This is type 1 numerical which can be asked in your exam. It will be asked for 5 marks. The last part, that is a type 2 numerical. Just go through the question once. In a closed cycle OTC plant, water flow at 1000 tons per hour. Okay, 1000 tons per hour, that is, if I convert it into say kg per second, it will be 277.788 kg per second. Correct? Okay. How did I what is the conversion factor over here? It is quite simple. Your tons is into 10 raised to 3, your R is 60 into 60, that is 3600. You have to just do it and you will be getting this value. Okay, the temperature of the ocean is 25 degrees Celsius, that is 298. Okay, the cold water temperature is around 278 Kelvin, that is 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, the density of the water is given as 1000, Cp is given as 4200 joules per kg Kelvin. Okay, and what has been asked is we have to find out output power. In the last case we found out mass flow rate. Here we are supposed to find out output power. In the last, the output power was initially given saying that a 1 megawatt power is to be run, but over here we are supposed to find output power. So the first thing that you can do generally is you can find out Carnot efficiency. That is fine, but since all the other values, that is heat supplied, are given, I go with MCP delta T. What is m dot over here? M dot is given, we have to convert it into kg per second. This is again a step where generally a student tend to do mistake, like they directly take it into tons per hour and you end up with some different answer altogether. CP value is 4200. Delta T is nothing but this minus this, whatever temperature you are getting, and you end up with getting Q as this value. Now again, since here there is no fraction, I write a statement saying that I am considering that it is 100% efficient. If that is not given, then if the fraction is given, then I have to consider the fraction. If the fraction is not given, then I can write down this assumption. So what is Carnot efficiency? Again, it is 1 minus Tc upon Th, or cold upon hot. So what I will be getting is around 0.067 or 6.7% efficiency. That is a Carnot efficiency. So your actual efficiency in actual practice will be much less than this particular value. But since there is no fraction given, what I can do is directly I can take this particular value and I can directly find out power, because efficiency is what? That is your Carnot efficiency. I am equating with your actual thing. That is what I have done over here in order to find out power. That is, this particular term was missing. Okay, so I end up with the answer of 1566 kilowatts. Fine. So this was about the numerical. I just went quickly through the numerical. These are quite simple numerical. Fine. So thank you everyone. I hope you enjoyed my session on OTEC power. In the next classes or next video lectures, I will be certainly talking on your tidal power. Fine. So I hope you all have enjoyed this particular session. Thank you one and all.